So how were you able to get your customers to buy into doing something different? Because I think that might be, I think that's a really good question for people who have businesses out there and they're trying to get customers to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think, so there was always, now is a little bit different from when we first started. I think when we first started, we ran into a lot where kind of the same challenge that we had internally of getting people to bought into the fact that you can, look at a facility and come up with a condition and scope of work from a drone, from the drone imagery. That's I think been the biggest thing when we sit down with them. They're like, well, we're being told that you still need boots on the ground, or you need somebody walking the parking lot or walking the roof, and even right from the start, we had some good information because we kind of started to do it without asking some of the customers. We just fly it and have a project manager walk it. So we had information and we had a product that we could kind of show them and say, hey, this is what we're seeing. And so we could show them, we pull up the computer, show them exactly what we're seeing, zoom in, and one of our clients had like a 3 million square foot distribution center and wanted to zoom in and find a penny on the ground that he knew was there.
He set it up, right?
Yeah.
He said, you put a penny somewhere in the parking lot?
Yeah, and he wanted to find it, and he did. Yeah. So the information's is incredible that we're able to capture. So that, I think, has been initially the first kind of roadblock that we have to get through. And then the next one is not all of our clients are used to paying for pavement assessment. So that's another one that we need to work through with them. And it's it's not easy to do because it's obviously an additional cost that they need to look at. But if they're using the information properly and our recommendations that we're making, then they should be saving money on either saving money on their pavement spend or doing more pavement because of the information that we're giving them. So that's one. They can there's a lot of different ways that they can bundle some of these projects now with contractors and be able to give more work, bulk work to contractors to get better pricing. So there's different ways that we can justify that cost and say it might cost you X to get this done, but this is the information, this is what you're going to get from it, and then here's also some of the savings that you'll see because of this information.
And the one I like a lot is I'm very confident being in this business for as long as I have that I go to, year after year, I go to look at a parking lot, or our team look at a roof, and they know that the failure that happened is only 6 months old or a year old by another contractor, right?
Yeah.
And you look at it and say, man, that's definitely covered, but they don't even know who did it.
Right.
They don't know who did the work 6 months ago. The property manager might have changed, right? And that old property manager had all information, and then maybe didn't get a warranty even, right? So they wouldn't even got anything if they knew that it was only done 6 months ago. Maybe they didn't have a warranty anyway. So what we can do, what Austin's doing right now on his team, is they can tie warranties, GIS stamping of the work that's done, so they know exactly what was done, specifications where that work was done, and who did it, and what's the warranty. So I'm very confident that just the warranty system alone and getting people to come back and redo work that was done bad is going to save a huge part of their budget, right? Because if you can save, let's say, I believe it's 10 or 15% of the work that's done is done under standards, right? Especially when you're just hiring anybody close to get a job done fast, roofing or paving. So if you can hold people to solid standards, right, with better warranties, it's a huge win. Yeah. So that's something I think is a big ROI in this as well. Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, we just came across that recently. We did it was the first year that we were doing this property, so we didn't have like the historical data yet. And our team had scoped it out, created a condition, and one of the repairs that we were calling out for, I think it was next year, we talked to the property manager, and they were like, this was just done, last season, this was just paved, removed, and replaced. And I was like, well, if that's the case, like you might want to talk to your contractor because it's failing in a way that it shouldn't be failing after 1 year. You're going to see some cracks or something, but there's, this failure was much more significant than.
Wow.
So that kind of.
Were you able to capitalize on that and get the contractor to cover
that? Yeah.
Good deal.
So.
So it's stuff like that. Paver saver.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go. I like that.
Well, I don't know if you saved that paver.
Yeah.
The paver wasn't too happy, probably.
Yeah. But yeah. So and then now we're doing much more than just pavements, right? Because we've built flight plans to capture roofs. facades, landscaping. We actually just did it was like an 80-story building downtown, did a facade capture for a general contractor to do a punch list on. So there's a ton of opportunity, and not just pavement, right? That's where it started, and that was the most natural kind of progression of how we were talking to our clients, because that's how they knew us. But now that we have this information, there's so much more that we can do.